What's up? So today I want to talk about infinite intelligence or source knowledge, which is a concept that there is this infinite well of knowledge, of insights, and of creativity that we all can tap into to greatly accelerate our personal and professional growth. I'm going to share with you the 7 prerequisites that enables us to tap into that knowledge, but understand that this is not some woo-woo concept. Many hyper-successful people like Albert Einstein, like Carl Jung, like Nikola Tesla, Richard Branson, Rick Rubin, Wes Watson, they all speak about this. And then there's also many people who might not explicitly talk about it, like Ray Dalio and Elon Musk, but they all abide by these 7 prerequisites. I'd argue that all 7 are more or less equally important, so turn off your monkey brain for a few minutes and just listen up, because these are concepts that are extremely powerful. So the first prerequisite is awareness. We have to first adjust our antenna so we are able to receive this knowledge. I love the way that Rick Rubin, one of the greatest artists of all time, puts it in his book, The Creative Act. He says, "We are all translators for messages that the universe is broadcasting. The best artists tend to be the ones with the most sensitive antenna to draw in the energy resonating at a particular moment." You have to understand that with most of our daily activities, we do all of this planning and all of this preparation, and we set a clear target and all of these metrics to work our way to that target. Awareness and creativity doesn't work that way. You just have to be aware and sit in that awareness through persistence. Awareness is not a state that we can force, and modern living has made this even more difficult, with our brain constantly being overloaded with information. This is why, outside of obvious practices like meditation and mindfulness, what can really help is staying in a low dopamine state, or avoiding video games and social media and TV and all of these things that take up a lot of our dopamine. The second thing is alignment. So we have to be authentic to our higher purpose and align that with our thoughts, our habits, our beliefs, everything. The third thing is faith, and the reason why faith is important is because it enables us to transcend ourselves and worry about bigger things. If we're constantly doubting things and if we are worrying about the small things, we can't really be receiving greater messages. The core belief that I always stick to is the understanding that if a man is right, his world will be right. And you can apply this to whatever gender you want, doesn't really matter. Just understand that if you do the right things, you get the right things. Number 4 is clarity of intention. So we can't be processing and giving our brain 10 different inputs and 10 different decisions to make and 10 different scenarios and options. We have to be clear with what we want and completely be guided in one line towards that thing. When we invest all of our energy into this one thing, that is where real breakthroughs occur. Number 5 is open-mindedness. So God's plan, or the universe's plan, the source's plan, doesn't really matter, whatever you believe in, is so much greater than our own plan. And whenever we get to a certain destination, only then can we connect the dots and look back, how we zigzagged all over the place. I love what Ray Dalio says about open-mindedness, where he says, "Sincerely believe that you might not know the best possible path, and recognize that your ability to deal well with not knowing is more important than whatever it is that you do know." Number 6 is patience, and this is something that took me a very long time to learn. I shot myself in the foot many times by consistently trying to take shortcuts, which is what we do when we are impatient. In business, this means that instead of focusing on getting to that 1 million, 10 million, 100 million, whatever that number is for you as fast as possible, we focus on becoming the most valuable person in our field, or exponentially more valuable than at least other people, as fast as possible. That is the only true shortcut. Number 7 is high vibration, or self-transcendence and detachment from the ego. And the cool thing is that this kind of becomes possible once we have all these 6 other prerequisites in place. When we are in a low frequency state and we are worrying about our own desires and our own needs, we can't be open to source knowledge. It's only when we step outside of our own small bubble and we stop worrying about our own selfish needs and desires, and we start worrying about the needs of others, the needs of the world, that we start to open ourselves up to greater inputs. This is because we then align ourselves with universal law, and so we align ourselves with the greater needs of the universe and get rewarded for that. Just to challenge you to put this into use, what is one habit that you can implement starting today to better set yourself up to be aligned in these different areas? And then what is one thing that you can specifically do today to start to progress towards that? Let me know if you have any other questions. I hope this was helpful, and wish you a good day.